So, hi everyone. I'm with the amazing Raquel, who lives in the Blue Mountain region of Jamaica. Raquel, I've been there. I know how beautiful it is, but just tell people about the place you live and what it's like.
Well, I live in the Blue Mountain region. It's quite nice, fresh air, beautiful views, and nice, decent climate.
I think
You
you're
don't
playing
have
it down.
any, you don't have anything to toxic. You're detoxed when you're there.
It's very fresh.
Very, very fresh.
Very in the
Heavy air.
some of the most beautiful views I think in the Caribbean.
I think so too.
Yeah. And Blue Mountain Coffee is famous, world
Very
famous.
much.
It's known as, I think, one of the most expensive coffees, but also one of the best coffees in the world.
Best tasting coffee in the world.
And I can vouch for that actually, because a bit of a skeptic. I bought some coffee last time I was in Jamaica and it was brilliant. I loved it and I'm back for more. And what do you do then? I mean, in that region, you're a coffee grower, is that right?
Yes, we are. We have we're coffee farmers, and at least each house has at least quarter acre or a little lot of coffee. And then what happens is that when the season comes in, they reap, they picked it, and after picking it, some people process it or they send it to the factory. Well, for me and my uncle, we process because picked it, plucked it, dried, parched it, and then ground it. So it's a process that I have to go through. So you can get the raw beans and bring it with you and bake it yourself, and then you grind it, and then also you can get the beans that are roasted, and you just deal with it the way how you want it.
So you sell and market and sell this coffee, or it's for the community?
It's for anyone that wants it. It's
It's a business.
it's a business. If you wanted to carry it with you, if you want to have it at home, if you want to share it with your friends, it's a business.
And tell me what's makes the best cup of coffee. I mean, what is it? The type of bean, the plant. What do you
A
see?
grade. You have them graded. The higher you are, the better the coffee is. Blue Mountain coffee, the high Blue Mountain coffee is in the mountain, the high mountain. The A grade. B grade is the lower grade coffee, whereas it's in the lower terrains of Jamaica, like even in Clarendon and so forth, St. Elizabeth. Those are B grade coffee.
I know you're a bit of a coffee snob because you were looking at me at the breakfast table saying I wouldn't touch that.
I'm not touching it. That's not nice.
I'm not putting that in my body.
Oh,
So,
because I does my own coffee, that's why I don't have
of
to touch
course,
it.
you
Yeah.
won't have anyone else's coffee on your fingers. So tell me about yourself in terms of how did your family get in? Is this something that goes back a long time?
No, I went in the community, live over a 20-year period, over 20 years. And what happened is that because I love natural stuff, I just get into the habit of work on the farm. Can you imagine? Work on the farm.
Hmm.
And
Still have good nails.
oh yeah. But I pick up with myself, and I've been working, I don't know, have some nice guys, nice names, Mr. Twyman. I don't know if you ever heard about him. And I worked with him for like 3 to 4 years, and I learned a lot from him because we become close friends. And questioning and so forth, I learned a lot about coffees.
So this Mr. Twyman, is he like a coffee?
He's a coffee farmer, he's a coffee processor, he's a coffee grower.
So,
He's industrial in it.
so he's kind of like a mentor, being a mentor for you.
Yes. And as I said before, picking coffee, if I'm hungry, so to speak, and I can't reach my lunch in time, I start eating the beans.
Yeah.
And make sure that you have water because they're quite sweet. The redder the beans, the sweeter the juice in the coffee is.
Oh,
And I think probably that's why I have so many nice skin in me. I don't have to tone down with anything.
yeah.
How is this coffee?
All natural, all natural. Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're selling coffee body wraps in the spa here for $100 a piece. So you know,
If I want a body spa wrap, I go in the bush.
that's the best way. So, what's your hopes for your business then? Because Jamaica is a country that's growing, literally as well as economically, and you know, people say there's a lot of untapped potential, especially in business. What kind of support do you feel you can have, and what's your hopes?
Well, for my community, which does coffee for a living, I think if they do get help with proper maintenance, it will be better for the country because everybody can have a decent cup of coffee. Everyone can afford a decent cup of coffee. But the thing is this, getting it when it goes out in the market, you can hardly purchase it. But if we, or if farmers do get help, it will be expandable. You know, we hardly have people in the community that lay around being lazy because coffee is a good business. So everybody plants a little coffee, have a little farm, and they does their own thing.
I mean, in England, and I know in America and lots of countries around the world, you can't. There's a coffee shop every 50 meters. You know, it's people spend a huge billions and billions and billions of dollars and pounds on coffee. If there was one thing that the Jamaican government could do today that would make a difference to you and your business, your community, what would that be? Just if they could do one kind of magic bean.
Well, could upgrade on the purchasing from the farmers because it's like little and nothing from the farmers, and when it goes out in the shop, they're basically getting more money from the shop than the farmers that is putting in more work.
So that's the price you receive
Right?
from the government.
It's not good.
So the government could give you a higher price for your work.
We wouldn't even say a higher price, say a better price.
Right.
Because we're not looking for anything for people say that they can't reach out and touch somebody else. I mean, for coffee farmers, it's one of the world leading agent. Everybody need coffee. Everybody's running down coffee. If the farmers get a little more, just a little more in payment for a box of coffee. And a box of coffee is like a 5-gallon bucket. That's when they measure it out, if you measure it out, so to speak. And they're getting like $10,000 for that. That's not money. Because you have to pay the farmer, like
That's
you have
Jamaican
to pay the
Jamaican
pickers,
dollars.
Jamaican dollars. And you
What's
have
that
to pay
in
the
US?
pickers.
US. We'll have to convert.
I would have to convert that because right now I can't tell you what's the rate for US.
Yeah.
It goes up to
But
it
it's
goes
not
down
a
to
lot.
it. Yeah, I know.
Essentially. We're
What-
saying it's not a huge
But
amount.
I'm saying you pay the farmers, the pickers, the reapers.
Yeah.
You have to pay them like $3,000 or $4,000 to pick a box of coffee. The poor farmer only gets $6,000. You have to buy fertilizer, you have to buy spray, you know, you have to keep the thing going, you have to have people who comes and clean the farm. How much do they make? Little or nothing.
So that's the one thing. And you sell to government markets. So it's like a lot of countries in India. They recently had protests because they were trying to liberalize the farmers. They sell to government mandis, which are government markets, and they offer a fixed price. And the government wanted to remove that, but the farmers felt a safety blanket with that system. But for yourself, it's just about being able to get a better price, as you say.
Just a better price.
All right,
Because the coffee is great because we don't sell coffee that floats. you sink you wash the coffee, and you make sure no all the beans sunk. So it's like you're getting 100 perfection in coffee. The floated ones, that the one that had the little beans that floated, that the little bug might bite or so forth, that goes back into the ground. So they're getting it perfect.
So
I'm saying if they no, not only if they can help the farmers as to give them a better increase in the coffee,
better price, better product,
and
and
then everybody else would get a chance to get better tasting coffee
brilliant.
because
Raquel,
it would extend to the whole world.
Raquel, I think everyone watching this video will be with you. I'm sure. I want to thank you for your time. It's a few minutes with Raquel, who is a coffee grower in Jamaica, in the Blue Mountains. If you haven't visited it, it's absolutely stunning. The coffee is amazing, hand on heart. It's the best coffee that I've ever had. And I want to thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.